Adventure season was supposed to start with dirt roads. Instead, it started with lower ball joints. Welcome to Older Rig Life. Durable dads, brothers from other mothers, and sisters from different misters, thanks for tuning in. Alright, so after the timing belt, cam seals, front crank seal, and all the please survive adventure season repairs, I honestly thought Lou and I were in the clear for a little while. Leaks handled, engine happy, coffee hot, parking lots officially leak free. Or so I thought. Because the second we tried getting Lou aligned, the front end basically raised its hand and said, hey, yeah, about that. And that's the thing with older rigs. Sometimes the repair you booked just reveals the next repair. All right, parts, round 2. In these Amazon boxes should be tie rod ends and lower ball joints and that stupid oil pressure sensor. So we better crack these suckers open and see if the parts are correct. It's time to do a little bit of a package check just to make sure Amazon didn't screw anything up. What have we got? We should have in total some tie rod ends, a sensor, and what do we got here? Dun, dun, dun. That was going to be the oil pressure sensor right there. Okay, so I'm not sure. Okay, so these are the lower ball joints. These came together. Next, so by process of elimination, these should be the tie rod end kit. So all right, that looks to be about that. Okay, well, let's hope they didn't screw that up. Should I open up the package? Probably not a bad idea. Okay. Control arm kits. All right. So, unless I miss my guess, that looks about right. Anyways, we're going to roll with it. All right, parts have been cracked, including a quick run to get upper ball joints to the parts store. Coffee, operational. And Lou, once again, as you can see, is in the secret facility. Now, hopefully, this is the repair that actually gets us into adventure season instead of just financially orbiting around it. And honestly, frustrating as all this has been, I am still grateful we're finding these problems now instead of, little sound effects for you, now instead of causing an accident. Or, chewing up 2K worth of tires. Or doing a bunch more damage. Because that's the thing people forget about adventure rigs. It's not about rooftop tents and the fancy light bars, although we got them, giant lifts, or looking cool in parking lots. Okay, well, it kind of is. But really, it's more about reliability, though. Because the whole point of the rig is getting you there and getting you home again. I would invite you to look at what's coming out from underneath Lou's front end. Yeah, that's right. Nothing. So the original plan was simple. Get the major engine work handled, get Lou aligned, call it good. Start adventure season in earnest. No close encounters. We could range out to more remote and exotic locations. Except the alignment shop took one look underneath the old girl and basically said, yeah, we can't honestly align this yet. So for a little bit of a recap, both lower ball joints are tired. Uppers too. Both inner tie rods have play. We did the outers too. One front strut is eventually cooked. We're not going there. And the CVs are entering the we should probably keep an eye on that phase of life, which explains the wandering, the tire squeal, the weird steering feel, the sensation that Lou was occasionally trying to change lanes spiritually before physically. So now, instead of immediately heading for the mountains and the logging roads, we're back at the secret facility. While I'm here, I want to do a big shout out to Big Don Super Pond here in Kamloops. Don's an avid outdoorsman himself, so there's usually some pretty cool outdoor gear, fishing tackle, and a lot of random gems coming through there. I shop there myself once in a while, and I'm opportunistic, so if you're in the Kamloops area or just passing through on an adventure, make a point checking it out. So some field notes. We'll start with, I guess this is number 4.1. There is a difference between an adventure rig and an Instagram rig. I know I bring this up a lot, but it's true. An Instagram rig just has to look capable long enough to get photographed in a parking lot or an exotic location. An adventure rig actually has to get you there and get you home again. And honestly, capability usually means maintenance. Maintenance means money, and especially with older vehicles. 4.2. Every time you fix one thing, you uncover the next thing. Tie rods become ball joints become struts become CV joints, and suddenly your quick alignment turns into a full-on financial side quest. Welcome to what I call deferred maintenance cascade failure. 4.25. Anyways, I asked the techs to grease up old Lou while she was in there. So, as we speak, she's getting lubricated, which, quite frankly, I'm a little jealous of, because I didn't get any. Anyways, back to the alignment. 4.3. Adventure season doesn't always start at the lake. Sometimes, and this year, it starts in the shop. Sometimes it starts in the parking lot outside the alignment place, holding a coffee and trying not to cry while somebody explains suspension geometry to you. And honestly, that's still part of the adventure. 4.4. Confidence matters. A rig you trust changes how far you're willing to go, how remote you're willing to get, and how much stress you carry while you're out there with the kids. And 4.5. Budget reality. No, Lou's not becoming some $80,000 overland monster anytime soon. This is phased repairs, budget reality, safety first. Maintain what you got. And honestly, that's probably more durable dads than pretending that money just ain't real. So, surprise twist du jour. Of course, there's one. So what happened is we're doing the inner and outer tie rods, and we were doing the ball joints, the lower ball joints, and one of the upper ball joints just fell apart. So that's how worn it was. So it's a good spot for it to do it, I guess. Now, before the comment section starts yelling, full suspension build, relax. That's not happening today. Because the objective right now isn't building the world's most overland ready Instagram rig. The objective is getting Lou adventure ready. Reliable, safe, capable. That's the mission. So for now, we're doing upper and lower ball joints. Was supposed to be just lower. Tie rods. That stupid oil sensing unit. And finally, getting the alignment done properly. Basically the minimum required to save the tires, tighten up the steering, and stop the old girl from wandering around like a shopping cart with commitment issues. Now the blown front strut, That's probably the next battle on the horizon with the CV boots. We'll get an update. Well, we've got an update. No symptoms. Nothing spicy. You know what? Welcome to phased repairs, also known as older vehicle budgeting. All right, compadres. Lou's front end has officially introduced itself again. And honestly, this is probably one of the most durable dad series of videos I could possibly make. This is no fantasy ownership. This is real world ownership, real world repairs, and real world budgeting, real world adaptation. Anyways, here's me trying to keep the coffee hot and the tires pointing mostly in the same direction. Peace out, Scout. Arr.